Hello everyone, for those of you I've yet to meet yet, my name is Natalie Lockhead and I'm the Primary 3 teacher at Kirklandneuk Primary School in Renfrewshire, Scotland, and I'm also the ICT coordinator in my school. As well as this, I'm also a Microsoft Innovative Educator for 2015. This office mix is going to give you a little flavour about what we've been doing in my class this year using Microsoft and using Office 365, particularly on Glow Scotland, and also what we've been doing as a school and as an authority in teaching other people how to use Glow and Office as well. So my class have absolutely loved using the OneNote class creator. This has been amazing because the children have all had their own workbooks. As you can see down here, we've got all the children have got their own individual workbooks and they're able to do homework tasks, they're able to do quizzes or research as well, so they can research their information and they can all put it in their own class notebook. This is really amazing because I can then take my laptop, my Surface home, and I can look at their work they have done that day. I don't need to take all their jotters home and mark them that way. It's really simple and easy to do because it's all on the Surface. I can access Glow from home and on my Surface on OneNote as well. So it's really good because the children have got their own space to work and do their own thing as well, but no one in the class can see that. They've got their own workbook that I can see and they can see as well, which is really, really good. The bit that I love the most about OneNote is this bit here, is the collaboration space. So at Christmas time, I posed a question to the class that said, whereabouts in the world do you think these people are celebrating Christmas? Enter your answers below. So I put a picture down, obviously it's Australia, and the kids were putting all their different answers and things, and it was amazing because you could instantly see the children putting their answers on. It was pinging on the smartboard. We had the projector on and they could instantly see their answers and their feedback. We've done it for our magnet topic, we've done it for our Vikings topic, where they've been able to research and collaborate together on OneNote, and they absolutely love it. There's been children that have been able to, at home, do research and they've been able to upload it onto their OneNote as well and share that with the class as well, which has been fantastic. The next thing that my class have absolutely loved doing this year is creating PowerPoints on Office 365, which has been fantastic. The children have already used PowerPoints before in the class, but we were using the free Office software, which wasn't as good as the Office 365, and it also meant saving it on the school OneDrive and people would lose their stuff because it was on the common folder, whereas using it on Office 365 and using it on Glow, the children can access their own individual PowerPoints, you know, whenever they want to, at home and at school. I've had children creating PowerPoints at home on, you know, different subjects that they've been interested in and sending it to me as well, which has been fantastic. This particular project you can see on the screen was for our Vikings topic. So what we did was we got the children into groups of 4 and one of those children created their PowerPoint on Office 365. They then shared that with 3 other children in their group and shared it with me as well. So each child had their own individual slide that they worked on. So they were collaborating together, but they also had that ownership over one part of it as well. So they had to decide and discuss together who was doing what part of the PowerPoint as well. So it was great because on Office 365, the children can actually comment on each other's work. So as you can see here, Connor was commenting on Ailey's PowerPoint, telling her, you know, what was good about it and what she could do better as well. And this was fantastic to see the children talking to each other and having that discussion about what was good about their work and what they could do better, using the success criteria that I had already given them as well, and they absolutely loved it. This is a project that they totally enjoyed, and at our open evening for our Vikings we had all the PowerPoints up. The parents were able to look at them, but the beauty of this is their parents could see that whenever they wanted anyway because it's on Glow, it's on Office 365, it's accessible at home, on a laptop, on a Surface, on an iPad, or, you know, on a phone, and it's also accessible in school as well. And that's the beauty of creating the PowerPoints on Office 365 because it's there all the time for the children and they absolutely love using it because it's really easy. My children are 7 and 8 years old, they're in primary 3 and they're able to do all this, and it's absolutely fantastic. And it's not because I'm completely skilled in it. I show them once or twice, they can do it and they can teach each other, which is absolutely fantastic too. Another aspect of Glow and Office 365 that we've been using in our class has been the newsfeed. Now this is like a Twitter or a Facebook for children. It's now going to be changing to Yammer, which I know some of you already use. It's a Microsoft product, which is fantastic. So I think now that Glow are going to be going down the Yammer route, but this was something we had used previously to Yammer coming out. So this was amazing. The children could collaborate with each other in their class, across the school. They could collaborate with children across the whole of Scotland, which is fantastic. And we're actually teaching children how to use social media safely. You know, so many educators are worried about children using Facebook, using Twitter, using Instagram, you know, so using this sort of thing, this Microsoft Yammer or Microsoft Newsfeed, we're teaching those skills the children need to have to use it safely and use it appropriately. So the children were able to use hashtags. So we had at Easter time, they posted up an Easter joke using hashtag Easter jokes, and they could follow the hashtag, they could mention each other in it using the @ sign, they could mention me as well. So for different topics, we were using the newsfeed for the children to talk to each other about their learning, and that was the key thing. It's about their learning and sharing that with each other as well. Across the school, there's been other groups of children, other classes that have used the news feeds, and we found that there's been children who, particularly up the school, have maybe forgotten about their homework. You know, they've actually been able to mention their teacher in the news feeds and hopefully now in Yammer to say, you know, what's my homework for tonight? I've forgotten about it, and we can get that instant feedback with the children as well, which is great. One particular child in our school, again, it's primary 6 pupil, had actually left the school, moved house, moved school, but she could still actually communicate with the children in her class because of the newsfeed, and this was fantastic, and they could post pictures and all that kind of stuff about what they're doing in their school as well, which is fantastic. The newsfeed is an amazing resource, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to use Yammer even more as well, where it's like more of a Facebook, where the children can have different groups and they can share that learning and collaborate together as well, which has been fantastic. During Digital Learning Week in Scotland this year, we were asked to collaborate with a story that was started by Kathy McPhails. This was a part of GLOW and for Digital Learning Week across Scotland, and this story was called The Unknown Secret, and it went to different schools. So the person who started it shared it with different schools across Scotland, and they had a section of the story to write. Our class wrote the ending of the story, and it was actually quite difficult, you know, to actually bring all these ideas together that had been started across Scotland to finish off our story as well. But what we loved the most is the fact that we were collaborating instantly with other children across the whole of the country on one document, and that's the power again of Office 365. You can have as many people as you want on the one document, collaborating, sharing and doing all that stuff together as well. So this was amazing. The children absolutely loved creating that story with the other learners across Scotland. Now, creating animations in the classroom can sometimes be a difficult outcome for teachers to do in the classroom. So our digital leaders that we have been going around the classes, and they've been doing a variety of different tasks across the school. But one in particular that my class used was Microsoft Movie Maker. Now, I have used Movie Maker for years. I started at university. I had a film club, and we would make movies to show our red carpet nights, things like that. And it's so simple and easy to do. You can create animations with paper and movement and different things like that. This year, my class is something really simple, and we made human body documentaries. So this was creating a multimodal text, including text, videos, music and images as well, which was great. They were able to find an image from the internet, put it in their movie, record themselves telling the facts about that part of the human body, what was important about that organ, and they were able then to share that and feedback to each other, you know, 2 stars in the wish, what was good about it and what they could do better. And again, it's so simple and easy to use, and the children absolutely loved creating their movies with Windows Movie Maker. So I've already spoken about my digital leaders that myself and Nicola Patterson started in our school about 2 years ago. This has been the most amazing thing that I've ever started in the school and ever seen across the school, because with ICT changing and digital technologies changing all the time, it's so hard for teachers to keep up with it, isn't it? Sometimes we have that fear of, oh, we're getting surfaces in the class but I don't know how to use it. That's absolutely fine, because the children do. So what we do in our school with our digital leaders is we take the knowledge the children have got, we take those skills and we get them to teach the teachers, teach the pupils and all that kind of stuff as well. I actually recently did a Twitter chat online to share my experience with that as well. So what we've been doing in terms of Microsoft is our digital leaders have been teaching the rest of the school from primary 3 to 7 how to use GLOW, how to use Office 365. Again, because as I was saying, some of the teachers, it's a big change for them, it's something different. So the digital leaders can actually train and coach the children and the teachers how to do that as well. That allows us to have progression across the stages as well, to know that what we're teaching in primary 3 is completely different to primary 7. You know, we're having that progression. We've got the children creating lesson plans, creating the skills they need to know across the stage as well, again with that progression across the school. Our digital leaders, again during Digital Learning Week, were involved in creating a collaborative PowerPoint across the full school. So each class had a different slide that they had shared what they love about ICT and what they love about digital technologies, and that was shared across the whole school, which was great as well. And the beauty is that the children are teaching the teachers. So finally, as well as doing all this stuff across the school and across my classroom and across the stages, we've also been involved in sharing our learning and our knowledge with other teachers across the authority. So myself and Nicola Patterson did our staff CPL with sharing good practice in our classroom with the rest of our colleagues in our school. This was an in-house training, teaching the teachers how to use Glow and giving a kind of showcase of what we've been doing. Also, our work was showcased at council level. In Renfrewshire Council, we're doing a variety of CPL sessions on how to use Glow effectively in the classroom, and our work was actually showcased as good practice during those sessions as well, which was a real honour also. As we said, we've also had the digital leaders teaching the staff as well, so that's been involving and teaching other teachers how to use Glow and Office 365 as well. We've also been invited to go to the Teach Meet in Glasgow next week to share, you know, what we've been doing in our classroom in terms of Glow, Microsoft and digital leaders as well. We've also been asked to speak at the Scottish Learning Festival in 2015 as well, which is another complete honour, which we're looking forward to. And as I said earlier, we've been involved in the Twitter discussion. So every Thursday night from 9 o'clock, we've got a digital leaders chat. If you follow the hashtag, you can see down here, and then you can join in that digital leaders chat as well. What we also did after our staff CPL on digital leaders, we decided to create a Glow Office 365 group where teachers who were involved in that CPL session could join. We added them into that. We added our documents that we'd used for digital leaders, and they were also able to add anything they do in the future years as well. This session was all about getting started with digital leaders. This is a great thing again with Office and Microsoft, that we can have that collaboration with other colleagues and we can share good practice and we can ask each other questions in an easier way through technology, because you know we should be sharing things together. It's all about that. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing about what we've been doing in Kirklandneuk Primary School, what we've been doing in Renfrewshire Council in Scotland with Office 365 and Microsoft. And if you've not used Microsoft before, you've not used Office 365 in your classroom, I highly recommend you do so. It's really easy to use, simple, fun and effective. Thank you for listening.